I'm going to record a video to wrap the day up. There's really, until the unemployment report comes out, people are just going to be in a holding pattern. So just makes a couple of observations while we're waiting. First, there's a couple of big individual stocks that I think kind of characterize this market quite nicely in terms of its insanity. One of them is GameStop, the plaything of Roaring Kitty. You can see here, back during the madness of COVID, this thing went absolutely exploding higher from literally a penny stock up to the triple digits. And it had this long slog lower, and it's come back into vogue again in recent days, as you can see. And we had the first craziness took this from like $15 up to 70, and that all died down just into an ash heap. And then we got another jolt on Monday, which died down even more quickly. Like literally, it was not even, just kind of a one-day round trip. And then yet again, because the guy is going to do a webinar or a webcast or something, that is apparently the economic basis for another rally. So this has exploded to just about as high as it went during this run. So I think this is going to end in tears for most people. The carnival barker Roaring Kitty's making hundreds of millions at this, but the guys with $10,000 trading accounts, I think, are going to just feed the frenzy but not wind up in quite the same circumstance. So yeah, that's GameStop lunacy, and the other lunacy, of course, is Nvidia, which finally today caught a little bit of selling. It's down 1 whole percentage point, but over the course of days and weeks and months, of course, it has been just Bananaville. This has, since it bottomed in autumn of 2022, gone up 1,100%. And, who knows when it's going to stop. When it finally does stop, it's going to take everything down with it, I can tell you that much. This is the centerpiece of bullish aspirations. So I don't go near the damn thing. But I think when financial history is written, we'll look back on those two symbols as being just part of the nut house. But anyway, let's talk about ES a little bit. The ES has, over the past few years, gone through a number of phases. One phase, of course, was the COVID inflation. And so we exploded from March 2000 all the way up to the peak in late 2021. And in retrospect, we can see this rather well-formed top. It's not perfect. It's like a kind of a B plus top, but it's not bad. And it led to this series of lower lows, lower highs. For my own self, peak wonderfulness was actually not at the bottom. My portfolio got as bigger than it's ever been before in June 16, a day I'll never forget, June 16, 2022. This rally did some serious damage to that. I recaptured most of those profits on this leg down, but even though we were well lower, I did not recapture the glory of that level here. And we won't even talk about what this has done. This has been hellfire. And the fibs, they're of rather limited value in this case, but it's kind of all I've got to go on because this is just a big fat mess. This is a market being pulled hither and thither. The last decent top we had was this one. One of the hugest fake outs I've ever seen in my life was the Halloween fake out. We bottomed on the 27th and went just blasting higher by 1,000 points over the next few months. There's no doubt at all that at 1 minute after tomorrow's unemployment report, this could go to yet another lifetime high. There have been lots of lifetime highs recently, so I just have to keep inching that anchor point up. So this is an extremely inscrutable chart. Very, very tough to read because we've got these cross currents going on. We've got the election. We've got a very meddlesome Fed. And we've got a VIX at 12 and absolute bull mania, which you would fully expect at this time. And I've got to tell you, as much as I pick on Elliott Wave, the thing that drives me nuts about those guys, especially when they come up with their monthly forecast, it is so damn convincing. it's like the Godfather 2 scene where, like, right when I get out, they pull me right back in again. And that's how I'm at with the Lightwave, because like I'll hate them and I'll read their report and be like, oh my God, this is the top. And they've done that for years, because I mean, they're intelligent, they're good writers, it's very, very compelling stuff. And it's like, how many times am I going to get disappointed by this? But once again, I just read the one today and was like, wow, this is great material, very exciting, good stuff. It's like, don't you remember the past 97 times they said this? So I'm not saying they're trying to trick anybody, it's just wrong, if I may say so. So that was quite the excursus. In any case, yeah, I hate to keep beating the inscrutable drum, but it really is. It really is. The NQ, of course, is more robust than the ES because it's got NVIDIA on its side. In fact, while we're in the neighborhood, time to make another adjustment, because this is also formed another lifetime high. So we have to, like, once again, for the umpteenth time, drag that up there. There's got to be an automatic way to do this, but if there is, I don't know about it. To keep following those mega highs. Let's go to daily, I think. Yeah, that's still intact. So that's what the NQ looks like. Kind of the same thing. Nice top here, down, 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 bottomed, and then basically an unending bull run for, 2.5 years, something like that. So there we have that one. Let's just close with the ZB, which was looking clean, but I think it kind of got messed up today as well a little bit. But this is obviously a big driver tomorrow. This is not a great chart at all. It's just, some charts are easier to mark up than others. This is not one of them. In fact, this horizontal is just garbage. I don't know anywhere to put it, so we're just going to shoot it in the head. This line, for what it's worth, is still intact, but this has been rallying mightily lately, and it's pretty simple. If it likes what it sees on the drop support and it goes blasting higher, particularly above this line, then the bulls are going to get their 8 billionth blast of wind into their sails. This thing has got to turn south to give equity bears any kind of chance at all. So I'll end it there. I'm recording this just shy of 12 hours before the employment report. And as it stands now, things are barely moving. The ES is up 3/300ths of a single point right now. Everything's just kind of stuck. It's like an oil painting. And in the midst of all this, of course, we have a VIX that's just been just raped down to nothing, sub-teens. So on that cheerful note, I wish you well, and I'll see you after the report and what happens next.